So we've got here the Marauder Pathfinder squadron. So let's struggle to get the box open, because inevitably I am. That's all the pieces. We have standard Marauder sprue. We have, what's the letter code on this? The B for bomber sprue. So that makes a standard pair of Marauders. Okay, in the box we've got a working with resin leaflet. Base, stand, stand. And then we've got 1, 2, 6 resin pieces. So this looks to be almost exactly like a standard Marauder, but with a different top, a different belly, and 2 more heavy bolter turrets. So it loses the forward las cannon turrets, it loses the top turret, and you get 2 heavy bolter turrets at the front. So let's zoom in and take a look at the detail on the resin. So this is the top piece. You've got a sensor ball here, what's obviously going to be some instruments and little antennas and aerials. You've got the bottom bit, again, sensor ball, obviously ground sensors or cameras as well. And then finally you've got these heavy bolter turrets, which are pretty nice, to be fair. So this was, I think, £35, so £9 more than a standard Marauder box, and also not with the transfer sheet, which is a bit meh. Okay, let's take a look at the rules. The rules for this: you've got the standard structure, throttle, manoeuvres, handling and speed and altitude of the Marauder. You've got a heavy bolter array at the front and a heavy bolter turret at the back. Both of those are exactly the same, 3205 plus damage, but this costs 33 points. The current standard Marauder is 23, but that might be being errated to 25. Tactical command. This is going to be why you're paying those extra points. When a Marauder is activated in the movement phase, the controlling player may choose a friendly aircraft within 3 hexes of the Pathfinder that has yet to move this round. The player may discard that aircraft's manoeuvre token and immediately choose another ace manoeuvre, placing it face down next to the aircraft as normal. That's incredibly useful. That's so useful. Is it worth 10 points or 8 points, depending on if the Marauder gets errated to 25? And also losing your bombs. Ooh, I don't know. Marauder Pathfinder can also take 4 pairs of Skystrike missiles if it wants, at a cost of 2 points each, to turn it into sort of like a gunship. So Marauders could always do this. It's going to be pretty interesting. I think this might see some play. Whether it is better to just get a Marauder Destroyer instead, or another Thunderbolt, and a bit, time will tell. But this, the tactical command ability, gives you a lot of flexibility that you don't otherwise have. It'd be really interesting if anybody else gets this as well, and it could let you do all sorts of things. So the enemy might go first, then you go, you activate your Marauder, you change a nearby fighter's token to let it chase down a damaged enemy plane and get the kill. It's 5 structure itself, so it takes a lot of punishment. It is potentially very interesting. So resin components, as ever it's resin components, so the changes are minimal compared to a normal Marauder. And on this you've got how many missiles? 1, 2, 3, 4. You can give it 2 pairs of missiles for each plane in there. Ditto 2 pairs of bombs. But if you've got the Pathfinder and Colossus sets, That means you could conceivably dish out 8 bombs and 8 missiles onto each plane, and you get left with some spares, which are always nice to have. Top turrets people seem to keep losing and complaining about on the internet, so they'd be able to get a spare top turret. So, Marauder Pathfinder, that's an interesting plane. It'll be interesting for scenario and casual play. I don't know about tournaments. I think it's a lot of points, but a lot of points for a very, very good ability. Considering that there's an aircraft with an ace ability that lets it change its manoeuvre token, and you're paying something like 5 points for that ace ability. But yes, that's been unboxing the Marauder Pathfinder. I thought, yeah, the kit's okay. I'm only going to want one of these, so I've bought them with a friend, and we're both getting a Pathfinder and a Colossus, which means it's nowhere near as bad and pricey as if we were getting 2 and then not using one. I like it as a kit. The resin, we've seen some pictures online, but these are not showing any striations from 3D prototyping. It's entirely possible that Forge World are doing the publicity photos for their site using the 3D prototypes, and if they are, that's a real bad idea, because people will always then complain about striations. But looking, I cannot see any at all. So, if you've liked this video, hit like and subscribe. If you want to chat, leave a comment below. But otherwise, good gaming.